guys, welcome back to FebUdaily Customs. I'm Michael, and today I have been hard at it, just doing all sorts of stuff except for working in the shop. I got up this morning and I went out to the box store to see if I could find the rest of the fittings to start building my manifold gauge on my truck. They didn't have what I needed, and then I screwed up because I got a piece of 1/2 inch pipe and I need 3/8 pipe. So I'm going to show you what I got going on so far as the manifold. Kind of explain to you what we're going to have going on, and we'll go from there. Just going to kind of have a fun video today. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to get out here and start working on the floor in the truck. I'm going to cut the doors open and start working on setting up the frame for the floor in the truck. That way, we can start working on that issue whenever we finish the roof job. It'll be something a little different. All right, guys, so what I've got here is I've got 8 ball valves set out, and these are 3/8 ball valves. And this is basically what the manifold configuration is. And this is part of what I need to do is I need either some T's that are 3/8, because the ones that I ordered were supposed to be 3/8 and they're 1/4 inch, I think. So I need a 180 to turn back because the compressor is going to be in the back of the truck and the tank. So we need a handful of those. And the other thing that we're running into, and this, like I said, this is going to be the basic setup. A line coming in here. You're going to have these connections here. That'll all have air pressure on it. This line will be going to a gauge that will be mounted in the dash. It'll tell you what the tank pressure is. Then you have a line going in each one of the valves. You'll have 2 for front and 2 for rear. And you turn the valve on, it'll come to this T. In this T, we'll just pretend that this is that T. It comes down. One way will be to another gauge that will be in the dash that'll tell you the pressure on that corner of the truck. The other side will go out to the respective wheel. So that's kind of the setup. It's probably going to take a while to get this all sweated together when I do get the parts to do it. And like I said, I was just trying to get out here today and see what parts that I am short. I think I decided we've got enough of these for the bags and the gauges. We need one here. Oh, yep, we need one here and one for that gauge, and we'll need one coming from the tank. And we need some more T's. I don't think I got enough T's. I may have enough T's, actually. Yeah, actually, I got enough T's. I don't need any more T's. I need to take those off the list because I got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I need. And other than that, some pipe, and I'll be ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make little shifters. They look like little Hurst shifters, and I'm going to use these brass balls that I got. But these brass balls have got a weird thread to them. They are a 1/8 by 87 NPT, which is going to be the thread pitch on that would be on a lamp. So these brass balls are the toppers for lamps. They would fit, and the only way you can get a piece of threaded anything for those is a piece of brass pipe like you would get for a lamp. So we're just going to have to get a piece of round stock and make our own little threaded nuts. Either that, or we could probably take and get the right size bolt, cut the threads off, and make it from bolts, and then they would have a harder, it would be harder than made out of mild steel. So we're going to get into that later on. Like I said, this is a project coming up, guys. I've had a kind of a rotten day today. And like I said, I have done a lot of stuff. I have carried off all the boxes that were in here. I have actually put stuff in totes, moved stuff around. Like I said, found this stuff. It was not even in here at all. It had gotten squirreled away in a spot in the house. So, um, you know, but, we found this stuff. We found out what we need to move forward. So we're going to go ahead and get this stuff ordered. And hopefully before the end of February, we'll get this built, because this is something I was looking forward to getting done in February. Glenn and I have just been talking back and forth on the phone about building that headway battery. So a good other thing that was in that box that we're going to need for that headway battery, like I said last night, I found the bolts for that. He was just telling me we need 2 more bolts. I got all my lugs to connect the cables, and I have this master on-off switch for the headway battery, and that's going to be able to where I can disconnect the internal battery from the external battery, just in case while you're, that truck doesn't get driven a lot, and if your under the hood battery goes dead, it'll draw down the headway battery, and it's potentially hazardous to try to charge a lithium battery the wrong way, if that makes any sense. Anybody that messes with lithium batteries will know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, just last week there was pictures on Facebook of a guy whose headway battery, not headway. No, actually he was using headway cells and they actually exploded. So, got to be careful. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Like I said, I'm going to try to get out here tomorrow and get myself into making the frame of that truck, and we're going to jump into that. I'm really excited about getting into that. I'm still thinking about taking and cutting out the remaining bit of 54 chassis that's in that truck and replacing it with a piece of 2x4 square tubing, and that'll give us 2 more inches of drop on the body on it. So we're just going to see how that rolls. We'll get into that tomorrow. Anyway, see y'all later.